I want to welcome everybody today to using the power of the inbox with these simple steps for using email marketing. Some simple things I want to go over with you about email marketing. Some of them you have seen, some of them you may not have seen. And so don't get discouraged if you have seen some things already, because if you see them more than once, that means that they're pretty important. And I like email marketing. Email marketing is where we have probably done the best with our clients. And I want to welcome everybody today one more time. And we have people on from New Hampshire, Illinois, Colorado, Indiana. Wow, all over the place. Thank you for taking time coming in and sitting down with me. I will also send you the recording. If you are registered for one of my webinars, I will send you the recording so you have that, because we're going to have a lot of information that we cover. I am Mike Bitter. I own Affordable Social Media. If you've been on one of my seminars, you've heard this lots of times. We started about 9 years ago. We do nothing but social media marketing. Well, and we also do email marketing. I actually incorporated my email marketing, or I incorporated email marketing into social media marketing. And the reason that I did that was because when we first started the business, Affordable Social Media, it was all about social media. And after a while, I was not getting the results from social media that I wanted, as far as enough sales or quick enough or getting the kind of call to action that I was looking for. So we incorporated email marketing into what we do. And our whole intent is to move people from the social side of the house, your social media side of the house, into email marketing. When you are in social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, blogging, everybody can kind of see what you're doing, and it's not as personal as email marketing. When people move from your social media marketing into your email marketing, they have said that they want to do business with you. They want to hear from you. The people that don't, you just keep talking to them in social media. You keep talking about the benefits of your business, and that's what we've found works. If you want to get in touch with me, let's get going with this. If you want to get in touch with me, you see my email address. I'm on Facebook. Connect with me on any of my social sites, especially LinkedIn. If you connect with me on LinkedIn, that also connects you with all of my connections. And I think right now I'm probably looking at about, 600 or 700 people. And I teach, I have webinars. We just had 2 days of LinkedIn. Right now, we are getting toward the end of our Whistle Stop tour. We came up with a Whistle Stop tour for these first 2 weeks in January, because we want to put enough social media information out to give you a good start to 2016. So we have a repeat of, we will have another one of these presentations tonight at 7, and then tomorrow at 10 and 7, and then we have 4 presentations on Saturday. And if you go to write down www.asmomaha.com, well, that's my URL. You'll see all of the webinars and seminars that we're doing for the next couple of weeks. We're actually going for 3 weeks, but the first 2 weeks are the Whistle Stop tour. This is the this is the 4th stop on the Whistle Stop tour, and it is going fantastic. And As you know, and as you may have seen, marketing today has changed. Today it's more about building relationships than it is putting marketing pieces in front of people. That's why you see different things happening in newspapers. That's why some newspapers are smaller than they used to be. I remember when I was growing up, um, as soon as a show would end about 10 minutes before the hour, and the next 10 minutes was nothing but commercials. And nowadays, if you notice, a lot of shows go from one show right to another show. And it's just without building the relationship, we found with relationships is that is our income stream, is relationships. It's reaching out and touching people. And that's part of what email marketing does, is it reaches out and it touches people. What you see here is Gail Goodman's engagement marketing model. I pulled this out of her book, and Gail Goodman is the CEO of Constant Contact, and I really like this because this to me summarizes what happens in engagement, i.e. Social media marketing. Keep in mind, if I say social media, it includes email marketing. I don't pull that off to the side because I believe to be truly successful, you have to tie your email marketing with your social media side of the house. And when I teach social media marketing, like when I taught LinkedIn, I taught how to combine email marketing with LinkedIn. I teach how to combine email marketing with Facebook, and then putting them all together is our model. So when I say social media, I include email marketing, but right in the middle, where the open sign is, this is your door. This is the door to your establishment, and it doesn't matter if it's a storefront or it doesn't matter if it's your website. It is a door to your business. And when people come through that door, the first thing that they experience is going to last with them. So when they come in the door, you want to provide a wow experience. If you don't, people, they're not going to be impressed. There is one restaurant that I go to here in town. It's called Pepper Jack's. And when I walk into Pepper Jack's, walk into the front door, everybody on the line looks up and says, "Welcome to Pepper Jack's." And to me, that is a wow experience. So once you get that wow experience, then you want to entice people to stay in touch. You want to say, sign up for our email address, like us on Facebook. But the thing is you have to give them a reason to stay in touch. Because whenever you're marketing to them or whenever you're talking to people, and just think about it yourself, you know, when you see a marketing piece or you decide to read something, what is going on? You're listening to WIIFM. You're saying, what's in it for me? If I sit here and spend time reading this, looking at it, learning it, what's in it for me? So entice people to stay in touch. One of the ways that we do that with our businesses is it's a storefront, and people come up to the cash register to pay, and they'll order things at the counter. And so what we did was we put a sign-up sheet right next to the register for the newsletter. Sign up for our newsletter. We also say things like, we set expectations is what we do. And we say, you will not get any more than X number of emails a month, and that number for us is we say you will not get any more than 1 or 2 emails each month, and that's a promise, and so that's what we adhere to with them. If they sign up once a month, we do a drawing for a free meal, and we do the drawing from the email list. So that entices them to stay in touch. That's our enticement for them to sign up, is every month As long as your name is on our email list, you have a chance of winning a free meal. And it works quite well. We probably average about 200 to 400 new emails every month. So even at 200 a month, that's 2,400 people on our new people on our email list every year. And that's just at 200 a month. Sometimes we have months as many as 400. Okay, so now once you've enticed people, you want to engage with them. Make sure that you send them the newsletter. If you say you're going to send them at least one a month, make sure that they get a newsletter every month. Have events. Depending on what your business is, maybe you can have an event. Maybe you can have an online event. Social media thrives off of events. Promotions, polls, surveys, discussions. The thing is you've enticed people to stay in touch. Now you've got to connect with them and talk with them. Even on Facebook, even if it's on Facebook or LinkedIn, once you have it set up, post things about what you're reading or what you like. So anyway, we've enticed them. We've engaged them. Now they're going to be coming back through our front door because that's what we want them to do. And that kind of closes the client circle. But what happens is when you engage with people, depending on how you engage with them, other people are going to start to notice that. They're going to notice that you're having discussions. They're going to notice that this restaurant is having an event and people are becoming attracted to it. And that's what's called social visibility. Engagement drives social visibility. When I'm standing and watch in a room, when you're standing in a room full of people and you engage with the person across from you, other people around you are going to hear you talking or they're going to kind of pick up on what you're saying. That is social visibility. Then they start listening into what you're saying, and at some point they may turn around and say, hey, I hope you don't mind, I've kind of been listening in, but I've been thinking about doing the same thing. Can we talk? So you've got that social visibility, and now what you've done is you've brought in a new prospect. These are the new people that have seen you through social visibility. When you're engaging with people, if somebody says that they had a problem at your establishment, okay, that engagement gave you social visibility, and people are now going, okay, how are they going to handle this customer service issue? And they're going to be watching for that. So all of this engagement, all of this going on is going to be a way to bring new prospects into your business. They're going to do it through social word of mouth. People are going to be rating you. They can rate you on Facebook. They can rate you on Travel TripAdvisor. They can rate you in a lot of places, and they're going to be making comments and shares. What are they saying about you? Well, I think it goes back to the wow experience. What kind of experience did they have at your establishment? That's where your comments and shares are going to come in. So provide that wow experience. That's the biggest thing. And then the other stuff just kind of takes care of itself. So the basics of email marketing. Let's talk about email. What is email marketing? Email marketing. Professional email communications. It's not communications that keeps hammering people, and keeps saying, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. It's not misleading. It's professional. And you have an interested audience. The reason you know they're interested is because they're on your email list. So they want to know what you have to say. And they want to know what you have to say because they find that the information you have is valuable and you want to share valuable information with people. And what we found is about every 4 to 5 marketing pieces, something that talks about the benefits of your product or service, the ease of use, what other people are saying about it. For about every 4 to 5 of those, one advertising piece. You can buy this product for $19.95, click here and then purchase the product. So that's kind of a rule of thumb that we use. 4 to 5 marketing pieces or informational pieces for every one. Advertising is what I would call it. All right, basics. These are just some of the basics of email marketing. Setting expectations. We had talked about that a minute ago, of what type of information they're going to get, how often they're going to get. I hate getting spammed. I don't mind getting good information, but I really don't like getting information from that company over and over and over. If you promise people something, deliver on that promise. CAN-SPAM Act, I'm going to talk to you about some things to avoid, and I don't mean avoid it and skim the edges. There are things that happen if you violate the CAN-SPAM Act. You do not want to violate those things because then your delivery rate is going to decrease. And Constant Contact, I believe, has about a 98% delivery rate. I'm not sure any email marketing company has a 100% delivery rate. It's just the way the internet is. Okay, gain permission. You need to gain permission from people to use their email address, but there are some implied permissions. There are some explicit, which are, it says, please sign me up for your newsletter, and they sign it, or they give you their email address, or they say, yes, you can email market to me. That's explicit permission. I think there's probably a slide on this, but I'll talk about it now. And then there is implicit permission, which means that it's implied because of some action that you've taken. For instance, you've requested information from that company, so they've asked you for your name and your email address, and that is an implied permission that they can use your name in marketing. So kind of keep that in mind. Business cards at a networking event, that is also implied permission. And if you can afford it, utilize professional services. Regular email versus an email service provider. These are some of the things to keep in mind. First off, if you look at this email, it's tough to really see what's going on in it. And up at the very top, what the person has done is just given me their entire email list. And I would say thank you very much for that. Limited number of emails. You can only send a limited number of emails. No cohesive branding. That's the biggest thing for me. Cohesive branding and tracking and reporting of all of my email results. Okay, acquiring customers. It takes 7 touches on the average for a sale to occur. Some people buy right away, others research and try. The thing is that you want to get out and touch people. Email marketing is a great way of doing that. If you meet somebody at a networking event and that's one touch, and then you send them your next 6 monthly emails, chances are somewhere in that time either they will purchase or they will refer you to someone else. And it's about keeping in touch with them. It's about letting them know you care. Customers, keep in mind, keep your customers coming back. It's 6 to 7 times more expensive to gain a customer than to keep a customer that you have. Sometimes all it takes is you keeping in touch, you telling them what's going on. If you have any issues, you let them know about it ahead of time, and find out if there's any ways that you can do your, be of more service to them. So it's a lot easier to keep a customer. Okay, I said with this program, I said that you're going to look great in the inbox, the power of the inbox, and I'm going to show you a few simple steps for using email marketing. These are like best practice steps. And when I asked somebody one time at one of my seminars, I said, how many steps are simple to you? And they said 3. So there are 3 best practices I'm going to share with you that we have found they're ironclad. They work because I like simple. So, okay, build your list. This is huge. Build your list where you connect. 57% of consumers said that they would fill out a card to receive email alerts when they're asked by a clerk. It may be nothing more than when you're checking them out, how would you like to be on our email list? How would you like to get special products or offers before everybody else gets them? That may be all that it takes. So incoming or outgoing calls are a great way to ask people if they want to be on your email list. Events and meetings, we talked about that. Your email signature block, Constant Contact has a link under sign up tools that you can put as part of your email signature, and maybe right over the top of that say, would you like to join my newsletter, or would you like to be on my email list? Have people sign up like in a guest book in your place of business. Even an Excel spreadsheet works. Have an Excel spreadsheet that says please sign up, and have them all, have all the lines bolded so people can see them. Online presence, let people in your social know that you have an email newsletter. And give them the link that I just told you about that's in Constant Contact. Say, how would you like to join my email list? And put that link in Facebook. You can put that link in LinkedIn and that link in Twitter. So now you're starting to harvest people out of your social. You're bringing people from your social media over into your email marketing system. And it may be nothing more than, hey, how would you like a copy of my newest email? And give us your email address so we can send it to you. Also, with Constant Contact has code that you can give your webmaster, or if you know how to do it, to put it on your on either your website or put it on your blog if you've got a blog, or both of them. And I would put that on every page. Also, Constant Contact has a Facebook application. It's also under Sign Up Tools that it takes less than 10 minutes. And on your Facebook, there will be a sign up for your email list. It's a really cool application, and it's really easy to install. So those are some of the ways. Integrate email and social. That's what I've been talking about. That's what I've just been hammering. Make a join my mailing list, or join my list in Facebook. This is what it looks like. The example on the left, the Facebook page, is what it looks like. And on the right-hand side are buttons that you can put in your email. And Constant Contact has some of these buttons that you can say, join me on social media. That's what I put on all of mine. I say join me on social media because join me on social media is a call to action. So I'm telling people what I want them to do. Okay, you've seen my email. Now why don't you join us in social? Then they can click on your Facebook or your Twitter or your LinkedIn. If you have YouTube videos, put that there too. So now you're connecting people with your social. So I've told you how to connect social with your email, and that's how you take your email people to social. And now you get them kind of melding in between email and social media. And it's a really cool way to do social media marketing. The other thing that happens with Constant Contact is, let's say I have this Facebook link that I've put on my email, and every time someone clicks on any link that I have in my email, especially this Facebook link, Constant Contact keeps track of who clicked on that link and how many people clicked on it. So you can get the number, and then you can find out who your Facebook people are also. These are types of permission. We've pretty much talked about this. Opt-in from your website or storefront, that's an explicit. Join our mailing list. Single opt-in versus double opt-in, I don't worry too much about that. Single opt-in is, they said, we have, let's say on your website you have the join my mailing list, and they put in their email address to join your mailing list. That is a single opt-in. Now, if I, in Constant Contact, decide to send them I can have them double opt-in. What that means is that I can send them an email that says, okay, you have opted in for my email list. We just want to verify that we have the correct email address. And they would have to say, yes, that is my email address. That is a double opt-in. What happens is, with the single opt-in, you're going to get more people that are going to be on your list. With the double opt-in, you get more serious people who are going to be on your list. I personally prefer more people than more serious people, because my concern is, if I ask you to opt in a second time, you may miss that email. You may figure, I've opted in once, I'm not going to opt in a second time. So you have to make that decision on whether you have a single opt-in or double opt-in. I like single. Implicit, that's when people request information, registration forms, if there's some kind of an existing customer relationship, and we've talked about that. I talked about that a little bit ago. As we go along, if you have any questions, just put them into the little question box, and we'll answer them before we finish up today. Best practice number 2, set your objective, then choose the appropriate format and frequency. Okay, what do you want to do? That's what you need to ask whenever you do any marketing piece, including email marketing, is what is the purpose of this? And maybe there's a threefold purpose. Maybe there's one purpose. I like having one purpose for all of my marketing pieces. I like keeping my audience focused. If you give too much information that doesn't support the overall theme, I believe that you could you could confuse your audience, and you could get your audience off. They could lose your point altogether. So make up your mind whenever you put an email together. It also makes it easier to put together. If you want to promote something, if you want to inform people, or if you want to relate to them, like increase loyalty, you would approach each one of these differently. If you were going to promote something, you may want to motivate purchases, put a coupon on it. If you want to promote something, you can make a coupon on that product. And if you want to get people to buy things, You can either market the product that you want them to buy, or if they purchase something, you give them something for free. Maybe you want to just put out information and put information out to people about what you do, why you're different, how you can serve them better. So just have an idea, have a goal. Your content has to have a value to your audience. Like if you're doing a promotional email, some things to think about: discounts, coupons, offers, incentives. Informational, tips. One of the things with all of this to consider is people like numbers. People react to numbers. Informative email, advice. The 5 things to consider before hiring a consultant. 2 ways to make your lawn look greener in the middle of the summer. Research. 5 things that we found out that were healthy for you to do in the middle of winter. And then the other thing is relational emails. Maybe you want to give people special privileges, and you've seen that before. Okay, valuable email content. And valuable is not necessarily valuable to you as it is what value does it hold to your reader. These are things that people look for. You have access to information that they don't. You have access to information I don't have access to. Share your expertise. I've had people tell me that, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because if I tell them what I do, then they're going to be able to do it themselves. And maybe they will. But what are they going to say when people tell them how they found out how to do it? Oh, I found out from this guy in my email. Really? What was his name? What I found is that when I share with people what I do, and that's like what I'm doing now, I'm teaching you, I'm showing you some things about email marketing, hopefully to make you more successful. People are going to decide one of 3 things. They're either going to say, that's not for me, that's not what I want to do, that's not where I want to go, or they're going to say, you know what? I appreciate it, Mike. You gave me a lot of great information. Now I can go do it on my own. And I'm okay with that. If you're going to do it on your own, I just want you to do it right, and I want you to do it well. The third and final thing that'll happen is, you know what? I know I need to do it. I don't have time to do it. I need somebody to do it. And then that's the other niche that we fill, is the people that know that they have people that are waiting for their emails. They would do good in email marketing, but they don't have the time. There is a local company here that started business, and within about a month or 6 weeks, they had over 600 people that signed up for their email list. The average return on a name on your email list is $44. Just think about those 600 people with a return of $44 per person. That becomes some serious money. So if you know you need to do it, but you don't have time to do it, you don't think you can put it together, just find somebody that can do it for you. Find a professional service. I think Constant Contact has people that will do it also. So here, this is some valuable content that you can use. Your discounts and coupons, don't go into the hole. I mean, don't put yourself out of business giving things away. Have contests and giveaways, because contests and giveaways are events. They're events, and social media thrives on them. Maybe what you want to do, a couple of things that we've done is right around Thanksgiving, we start around the beginning of November, end of October, we're going to give away a Thanksgiving dinner. And we give it away about a week before Thanksgiving, and so that becomes an event. Actually, what it is it's a gift card to a grocery chain that people can use. We do the same thing whenever we're trying to move our numbers on Facebook or move them on something else. What we say is we're going to do a drawing as soon as we reach 150. And so what it does is it gets the excitement and the buzz going. And yes, acknowledge and talk to your audience. Let them know you know they're there. These are some frequencies for different formats. Newsletters, monthly, weekly. I like monthly, more educational kind of things, bullets, promotions. That kind of depends on what you've got going on. Promotions, invitations, surveys, those are all events that you can create to just keep the buzz going and people talking. Focus on your goal with a promotion. Focus on your promotion. Give limited content. Don't just splurge with content because that's a lot of content. Invite people to click through to different types of content. And announcements, don't feel bad about sending out announcements because it keeps you top of mind. We like the holiday greetings. Thank you cards are awesome. If you have some spare time with your business, you can do all of this online through email. Always make sure you have calls to action. Links, click here, print this out, give us a call, set up an appointment, go to our website, tell people what you want them to do and what's the benefit of them doing it. Call an appointment to get a free consultation on your social media network. Call now, send me an email. But always make sure that you have a call to action in things that you do. This says voting is easy. Just follow this link and cast your ballot. So there's two calls to action. Follow the link and then cast your ballot for, I think it's a villa. This is a question that I get asked. How often and what time? What we have found is that Tuesdays and Thursdays work best, and I know down at the bottom it says when to send, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and we haven't had luck with that, but the other thing that I would tell you is to test. What I would suggest is send an email on the same day at the same time for at least 3 to 4 months in a row. For instance, send your email on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock in the morning for 3 months, and then you'll have an idea of what happens Tuesdays at 10 o'clock in the morning. My suggestion is Tuesdays and Thursdays. There was a study that was done that they found the least internet traffic is Tuesdays, because Mondays everybody gets into work, they get everything done. So Tuesday, there's really not a whole lot of internet traffic. So Tuesday is a great day. We've personally found Thursdays to be good also. Now, after you get your baseline, after about 3 or 4 months, baseline that and then make a change. Change a time, change a day. Maybe if it's Tuesday at 10 in the morning, switch it to Tuesday at 5 in the morning, or switch it to Thursday at 10 in the morning, because you already have a baseline. So try that, and now you have something to compare it to, and then maybe send out 2 or 3 of them at the new time and see what happens. See if it changes your open rates. Your open rates, your click-through rates. We had one business that we were working with, and they always sent things out at Tuesdays at 5 in the morning, because what we figured was 5 in the morning, if we want to reach entrepreneurs and business owners, they're going to be up working. Some of them we found check their email before they go into work. They try to get as much done as they can. So we were shooting at 5 in the morning and we were having good open rates, probably 20 to 25%, which the average open rate is about 16 to 20%. Well, I was waiting on an approval and we didn't get an approval on Monday. We didn't get an approval until about 8:30 or 9 o'clock Tuesday morning, and it was supposed to go out at 5 o'clock. And they said, send it out at 10. So we scheduled it. I didn't expect anything really great was going to happen. I was hoping for at least the same open rates we had gotten at 5 o'clock in the morning. We ended up with almost a 30% open rate because we sent it out 5 hours later. Just keep that in mind. Set your baseline, have something to compare it to. Best practice number 3, let's get your emails open because that's what we're here for. It takes 2 seconds for people to decide whether they're going to open your email. The first second is they're going to look in the from box, in the from area. Who's it from? If it's from a business, you just became number 2 on my list. Unless I know the business or I know something, I'm expecting something, because I need to get my personal emails out of the way. But what we have found is when you put a name with it, like Mike at Affordable Social Media, rather than just Affordable Social Media, it becomes a little more personal, and it may strike a chord. If I send you an email, say a week from now, Affordable Social Media may not mean anything to you, but when you see Mike or Mike Bitter at the front, oh yeah, he was the guy that did the webinar. Now we've made a connection. That's the first second. The second is people look at the subject lines. And I think we talk about that in the next slide. People are going to say, do I know you? Use a name that people recognize. And I kind of have a problem with that. Affordable Social Media, I mean, that is a long word. It's a long word to write out. So sometimes I say ASM Omaha, our Omaha office. That's our headquarters. That's where most of our communication comes from. So I have to be careful, because if I put Mike at ASM Omaha, people may not know who I am, as opposed to Mike at Affordable Social Media. So that's kind of one of the things that I go back and forth with. Make sure that you refer to your business in the same way that people do, and be consistent. Okay, here's the subject line. Some things about your subject line. 30 to 40 characters long. It's about 5 to 8 words. What's the immediate benefit of them opening the email? You know, five ways to prevent your water lines from bursting in the winter. 2 ways to shovel snow healthy. Capitalize and punctuate. I'm going to show you another slide after this that be careful with that, and be careful with what people use in spam emails. I get information from a lot of internet marketers because I want to keep up on all the latest trends, and I watch. There's some internet marketers that violate a lot of spam laws, and I want to see how they do that to make sure that I don't do that, and to make sure that I pass that on to people that I'm working with. A couple of weird things. Email messages that mention Facebook have a 32% higher open rate. 30% of the people that get an email say that the subject line determines whether they open it, and emails with shorter subject lines outperform emails with longer subject lines. These are some spam things to keep in mind, and the spam filters will catch these and stop your email. Free, guarantee, spam, all capital letters, too much punctuation. You will see very little punctuation in my emails. Even if it sounds like something ought to have an exclamation point, sometimes I don't put it in there because I know spam filters catch it. click here if you use that too many times, and you kind of see some of the other ones. So just be careful with the spam. Also keep in mind that there are some companies that have spam filters at the company, at the doorway to the company. And if you're not whitelisted, then you're blacklisted for certain things that they have on their filters. And they could have some of these things that will prevent you from even getting in the door of those companies. I know Mutual of Omaha in Omaha, Nebraska, they have a pretty strong spam filter, and it's really hard to get things even to the people who need or want the information that we have. Oh, a bonus key. I've given you 3 keys, 3 simple steps. Bonus key, track your results. Okay, that's the difference between an email client and something like Constant Contact. I know at the bottom some of your Constant Contact may look different, but email clients, all email clients, what an email client is going to do is if it's undeliverable, it's going to shoot you back an email, and you could get your inbox flooded with emails of undeliverables, and that's just a lot of things coming back that you don't need. With an email marketing system like Constant Contact, as those people that are using it, as you know, let's say the March newsletter, it tells you how many were sent, how many bounces there were, if anybody has reported it as spam, the number of people that opt out. And the cool thing with Constant Contact is if some part of the CAN-SPAM Act is if someone wants off of your email list, I believe you have, it's either 10 or 21 days to remove them. I can't remember which. If you're using Microsoft, Gmail, Yahoo to do your email marketing and somebody sends you an email back and says, remove me from your list, you have to go in and physically remove them from your list to abide by the CAN-SPAM Act. If you don't, what happens is if you get too many spam complaints, which you won't know if you got a spam complaint on a Microsoft email, Yahoo, Gmail, you won't know if you got a spam complaint, but what will happen is the internet will notice the IP address that those spam complaints are coming from, and they'll slowly close down your internet pipe. So we don't want to get spam reports, and if we do, we want to make sure those people get off of our list, and Constant Contact does all of that in the background. If somebody opts out of your list, they're gone. They're off of their email. Let's say their email is blocked from you sending. They are still in your database. You can still get to them because there's a lot of information on that person's card in Constant Contact. If you click on their name, you can put their phone number, their address. You can put a lot of information about them in Constant Contact. Well, you don't want to lose this. You don't want to lose that information, but if they opt out, you no longer want to send them any emails. And if they make a spam complaint against you, you want to make sure that they get taken off of your email list. So that's some of the beauties of tracking and reporting. And in the opens, Constant Contact will also tell you how many people opened your email. You won't find that with any other system. Well, unless you have a different email marketing system. The reason you need to know your open rates is you need to, again, watch them and see if your emails are getting opened more or less. If they're getting opened less, it could be that you're sending too much or you're sending too often. Or people are finding that it's not relevant, or the subject lines aren't catching their attention. So that's some of the reporting that Constant Contact does. And you can spot trends. We just talked about that. If your open rates are going up or going down. Determine audience interest. If you get more clicks on an email, people may be more interested in that information than the information that you presented in your last email. So what you do is you start trying to find out, or you start finding what people are interested in. And Social Quick Starter. That's the presentation. I hope you were able to get some things that help you with your email marketing. Constant Contact has free resources. If you want to do a follow-up from here, go to socialquickstarter.com, and they have information about YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. There's all kinds of email marketing information also. And to really get a good handle on email marketing information, Constant Contact does have a blog, and you can go out to their blog and just about everything you can think about email marketing. Okay, if there's any questions or anything, let me know. You can, you're more than welcome. There's my email address. Shoot me an email. Hopefully we will connect again. We have a lot of seminars and webinars coming up over the next couple of weeks. We would love to see you at them. And with that, go forth and be prosperous. Thank you for sitting in and giving me your time for this almost hour that we've been together. And have a great day. Bye.